Okay, good morning, world in California. Dennis, are you there? Come in, over. So we can't hear you if you are there. So we're interested in how's the weather in California today? Because El Nino was supposed to start hitting last night, right? Anybody hear about that?
You hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, there we go. Good morning.
How's the weather?
You don't have a mic. Okay.
How is the weather?
We have it's raining. It's cold.
Oh, cold. Cold and clear?
No cold.
Cold and cloudy. Okay. Well, is it still raining? I guess that means no. Okay, well, we'll get started. And Dennis has somebody to introduce us to, new student in California. So we'll do that a little bit later whenever we can hear Dennis. But today, we're going to do what we were going to do yesterday. Did we do collaboration yesterday, Phyllis?
No.
Okay. That's right. So we're going to do collaboration because that's the most important thing on Google Docs. So I'm going to share my screen. Share. Dennis, did you guys do collaboration yesterday?
No, we did.
Okay, so let's do collaboration today. So I'm going to go to Docs. How do I get to Docs, Marty?
9 square grid.
Hit the 9 square grid and do what?
Click on drive.
Drive. Okay, good. And then for everybody, you should now go to a folder that you have called what? What folder do you think you should be in?
Docs.
No? What folder in your drive?
Well, school.
School. Okay. Now, do you have any subfolders in that?
In school, I have one LTCLV, adversity paper, docs, Google Apps, EPW,
Okay.
memorization, other,
Okay.
and tech quiz.
So I would say to everybody, you should have a folder called Google Apps. What if you don't?
Make one.
Make one. Okay. How do we make a folder?
Go to my drive.
Okay. You're in my drive. Now what? So this folder should be actually a subfolder of school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just
Right-clicked and said create new folder.
Okay. But you got to make sure that this thing right here where it says my drive actually says school. Okay. So you should have a subfolder. If you don't, create a folder. So for Sean, click on new. Box pops up, click folder. Click it again. And then type school. So we're creating a school folder. So all of your stuff for school should be in that folder. So you just type the word school in there.
In where?
In the box that opens up. Okay, so again, you're in my drive, go up to new folder called school. Okay, now, but we want to make a subfolder of that. So how do we get into the school folder? What do we do?
Open up, double click on that.
Okay, double click on that folder that says school. And then we do the same thing. Okay, and this time new folder and click Google Docs. Or Google Apps, I'm sorry. So type in Google Apps. And then you hit enter. So this would be a way in the future, if you want to get to your Google Apps, you have a folder called Google Apps. And then now we're going to create another subfolder called what? Would you guess, Matt? Right.
Docs.
So drive.
Google Apps.
Okay, yeah, so you have Google Apps. And then we're going to create another folder called Docs. Okay? So it seems a little bit convoluted, but if you do kind of a deductive process in your mind, okay, where would Google Docs be located? Well, it's an app. Where is app located? It's located in my school folder. When you leave school, you might want to take this folder and drag it up under your drive because you're not going to need it for school anymore. But for today, let's just do, so we have Drive, School, Google Apps, Docs, and now we want to open a doc. Okay, so how do we open a doc when we're in that folder?
If we want to open it,
Yeah, so you need to make sure across the top, it's going to say My Drive, School, Google Apps, Google Docs.
okay, because it's going to give us a list of the folders that were within the original folder. that
Yeah,
we made.
so it's going to say right across here, right across the top here, it's going to say My Drive, then it's going to say, so then you see it has that subfolder. My folders are different than yours. Okay, so it'll say all the way across the top what the different folders are. So make sure it says My Drive, School, Google Apps, Docs, and now open a doc. So how do we open a doc, Mark?
I just, my way or the way you want to.
Yeah, well,
I always just I just open up an open area, right click and put open doc.
okay. So are you sure it's in the right folder?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. So one of the things is there's always more than one way to do things in Google. So the way to start out doing it is you go into the folder where you are, and then you click on the new button. And then it says, when I click on that, it comes up and it gives me a choice of, do I want a doc? What do I want? Thank you. Okay. Now, if you are more advanced, you can do what Mark suggested. You make sure you're in the right folder, because if you're not in the right folder, what happens when you create your doc? Yeah, it's going to go somewhere else, and you're going to have to look for it. So if you're in the right folder, you can right-click, and a thing will pop up that says Docs. Okay? So everybody should have a document open. Yes. Okay. Everybody have a document? Yes, Sean? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Marty?
Yeah.
Chris? Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so now what we want to do is the first person in the row add, share your doc with the next person.
Should we name it first?
Okay, yeah, so name the doc first. So name the doc. This is just the first person in the row. So Matt and Marty, name the doc.
Share with everybody.
Yeah, so you're going to name the doc LTC apps row and then date. Okay, and row would be your row number 1, row number 2. Okay, now what we want to do is for you to be on the same doc, Sean to be on the same doc, Dave to be on the same doc, and you 3 guys on the doc that Marty has.
The LTCLV, not Mark 12/22/15.
Editing privileges.
Make sure you give them editing privileges.
You should have.
Do we have shared with you? I have seconded three. Yes. We got apps for 160.
Okay.
All right, 160.
So, and now you need to add for Sean. You have,
Okay, so I can as well.
and add everybody, and add Dave.
Okay, so Rashawn, how do you spell it?
R-A-S-H.
Oh, wait. Actually, just give me your email.
So second.
Your email.
LTCLV dot,
Rashawn, R-A.
S-H.
A-N-N, and the date.
dot,
Today's big.
No, the date, that's your email, is the date you joined.
Oh,
Those numbers represent after you.
01416.
That's the date you joined.
So that represents 1, 2, 4, 6, 2.
Yeah, that's the date you joined. Dot, it's dot, your first name, dot, the day you joined.
mhm. So that makes it easier to figure out when you graduate, when you're 16 weeks.
So can I close out the untitled that I was, since we're.
Dave, what's your email?
Yeah, it's .92914.
Say the date again. So go to your
92914.
92914. Should have one from there. Got it.
Okay,
Okay, so now I also want you to add on Larson.gladius88 @gmail. And Marty, yours, okay?
Open that one. Open the doc.
Now we look up where it's next to shared
Okay,
comments.
Marty,
There you go. That's me, Matt.
Larson.gladius88
That's Matt. That's your name. One picture, and then we should get hits here soon.
LTCLB.
Okay, so this one is just Larson.gladius. Now, for the people in the first row, did you find the document, Mark?
Yes, I opened my mail, opened the document.
Okay, and so Sean, okay, good.
Is it Dave or David in your email, Dave?
Who's not there?
He's David. I think, is it?
I got it.
I'm guessing it probably David.
Sweet.
Okay, my motion.
And you got me.
I guess it is.
Okay, Marty, how are you doing? Okay, is everybody on there? Ed?
Right behind you.
Okay.
I've got you on the page. Sean's there.
Okay, now the second thing is, what is the poem that we're looking for today?
Do not go to Chancellor.
Correct. So Mark, your job now is to go on the internet and get that poem, copy and paste it into the document. And then Sean, your thing is to put a header on it. Put a header of the title. But we gotta wait till he puts it on. So what do we see right now? We see
Me, Matt, and
up on the top of your page, it shows you who's on that document too. Mark, Matt, Sean. Dave has not gone on. So Dave, you need to go to your email, your Gmail,
I see that. Okay,
okay? So sign, click on it.
got it.
Okay, good. There we go.
Something's not right. Okay, cool. We got our poem.
There we go.
So there's a delay by computers.
Well, we're all sharing one line, and I have a video coming in and out, out and on the TV. So we're drinking a lot of
I don't know about that.
Okay, so now we need to reformat this document. So, yeah, so what are you gonna do before you do it?
I like the whole thing.
Okay, and how did you do that?
Uh,
You clicked and dragged it down? Okay.
Dragged it.
So one way to do that is left click and then select the whole thing. Okay, another way that's even faster is Control A. Okay, just for other people. But then what did you do once you selected it?
I selected it, went up to the Arial, changed it to font size I want. Now I'm gonna
Okay, but
change
let's
it
do
to
this first. So let's, okay, so that's a good thing to do, but let's go over to, one of the instructions up here is clear format. So I do Control A and then I go to this clear formatting.
Control A just takes everything on the page.
Yeah, it selects the whole thing. Which, when you have really long things, like if you take a TED Talk, the transcript, and copy it,
Yeah.
and you put it into a document, because you want to have the easiest way to do it is Control A. Because it's, you know,
And multiple pages, kind of gets me there.
yeah, okay, so if we click, we select it, and then we click the clear formatting, now we get it like that. Okay, now, Sean, take this title, these first two lines, and put them up in the header. Do you know how to do that? It's similar to Word. So up in the instructions, under Insert, is the thing for header. Okay, so we want to cut this here. We want to cut the title and the Dylan Thomas part, move it from here and into the header. Okay, now what was the rest of our instructions? Actually, yesterday. Okay, so we need to do yesterday's. So it's this one here.
not the dates.
Right. Okay. So I'm just going to paste it into the document. Paste it. Up here just because it's easier to read. Okay, so these are the instructions right here. Okay, everybody see that now in the document?
Got it.
One member was.
Okay. Now, when we get them done, so one thing to do when you're collaborating with people is, in this case, the team leader, the guy who owns the document, to just put somebody's name or initials beside each line. Yeah.
Just go ahead and pick one for me now.
You got it. Oops. Everybody got their assignments?
Yep.
Marty, did you sign? So far, this seems to be on top of the phone. Larry, did they have
Okay. Now, when you do it, when you get your part done, go back up here to this part that you're supposed to do and just highlight it or some way so we know it's done.
So it doesn't matter which word, like, want to do
Yeah,
it.
what words will you name it?
So you gotta select the words that,
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
We'll reach out the annotation.
So the annotation, let's see, what does it say? One member annotates the keyword. So then you would do that as a footnote.
Okay.
Okay, so annotate as a footnote. Who's doing that?
Subscript.
So here's what you would do. I'll put an example right here by annotate. Insert footnote.
Okay.
And then pasting.
Got it. Okay. Formatted.
Okay, so now you see, here's another thing Dave is doing because he's been here, is you can have comments. So let's say you're working with somebody and they're not here, they're somewhere else, and you don't have a phone, you don't have a headset on, you're trying to work silent. You could type in the document, but if formatting is important, that really gets to be ugly and hard. Or you could have comments.
Tagging is the word I'm annotating, is that correct? That's highlighted. My highlights are not staying.
Okay, where do examples.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're just underlining. My bad. That's correct. I'll underline. Okay, so I'm just looking at gentle. Okay, so I've pasted annotations. I'll use my dictionary.
Okay, good.
Could I control A, the box, or that
What box?
my definition box that I just my dictionary?
Here?
Yeah, I have gentle in my dictionary box, but
Well, Control A does the whole thing.
so I just want the
You do,
box,
okay, so you want to do,
the definition of gentle.
okay, so I'm going to do dying. You do Control C. Select the word, do Control C.
Oh, okay.
Go up here, and in the box, do Control V. So Control C is copy.
Control C. Here.
And do Control V.
Control V.
Or right click, copy. Right click. Okay. Okay. So now here's what I would say regarding annotate what you did, formatting, Mark. Okay, so I would select this. I would select the thing, and then I would move it more in the center. So it looked good on the page, so it's more centered. So I'm going to undo that.
Okay, that's. Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay, go back and hit
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Go back to the back arrow.
That was a mistake.
Who did that?
I was trying to paste under the footnote, but it went right in the middle of the document.
So do your undo.
I did.
Okay. Now, here's an important thing to note. Somebody might accidentally screw up. Somebody might intentionally have bad motives. One of the great features in here is that you go to File, Revision History. Now, what's going to pop up over here on the right is everything everybody ever did. And if you wanted to go back to an older version, you click on it, it'll pull it up, and then it gives you the chance to have that as the version. So one of the great things about docs in terms of collaboration, it's always saving the document. So if we look over here, these are saved copies. So if somebody screwed it up, what do?
You just always go back.
You go to the one right before the screw up, click on it, restore it. So that is a huge,
That's in the file, correct?
yeah, file. See revision history. Okay, so who's doing the annotating?
I'm copying it. I have to paste it now. Hopefully, right first. Yes, so when it is put. Okay. So now, so, Dr. John, I would change the format.
Okay, it's not footer,
It's not a footer.
undo,
Undo.
it's footnote.
Sorry.
Same section.
You make them walk you through it?
Insert footnote.
Insert footnote. Okay, insert.
Yeah.
Mine's still back. So I'll go back up to the dictionary. I'll put in gentle. I will define. I will copy. Okay. And I will copy that, and I will insert footnote. And in the footnote, I will paste. So I take what?
Yeah, so you paste the footnote.
And then paste. Okay. Did you go in? Yes, it did on page 2.
Okay, so this is really long.
It is. That's how much it did.
So what you would do there, yeah, you don't want to do that. Just do a part of it.
Okay. Okay, so then I will. Gentle.
Okay, but now remember here, okay, you have your definition of gentle.
I have it now up in my box, and I'll just do number 1, or should I do
So put your cursor after the word gentle.
after the word gentle? I have
Do you need to
adjective.
see that? No, up here. Should be
Oh,
right
I'm
there.
sorry. Wait. Up here, the cursor by the word gentle. Highlight.
Okay, good. Now, undo. Undo.
Okay. Click out there.
Click out there. You don't need to select the word. You don't want the word selected.
Okay, what about what's left?
You just want to put the cursor at the end of the word gentle.
Oh, I'm sorry. The word gentle.
Insert,
Insert.
footnote.
And now,
Now scroll down. It's down there.
nothing but word.
Control V.
Huge.
So again,
So I just cut from there. I took
yeah,
out the
you can cut, yeah. We're not trying to do this for accuracy, it's just for practice. Practice. So yeah, so you want to go as fast as you can to the next one, because after you do about 3. Okay, so let's see, Mark. Gabe, are you done?
So I still got to find the analysis.
Now, do we need this on there?
So,
Okay, so what, Sean, you're done? No, it's okay. You're done? Okay, so take this,
Underline, so
take this here at the end on page 2, cut it, and then put it here as a footnote after his name. And then make it like 9-point font.
that's a
Yeah.
That's number 2.
Okay, so now what you need to do, Matt, is as you see these things are done, check them. Have you checked them? Okay, so if you have nothing to do, a thing to do would be to check as part of your team, just making sure people have done their thing. But then the last thing that you need to do, Matt, is check to make sure those things are done and delete. If it's done,
Delete the top.
delete each one of these things off so we have our finished document.
I'm to finish my annotations first. It's all about 3
Yeah, okay. So Mark can make sure everything's done. Okay, so Marty, what are you doing?
I just did a picture.
Okay. So isn't the picture supposed to be at the bottom?
No, well, they couldn't, they wasn't formatted right. Make sure it's right now.
So Dave, you're doing the analysis?
Correct.
So Marty, you can be getting rid of these extra lines.
Oh,
So one of the most important things to know, or keep in mind when you're doing
How do we, oh, wait, can we format footnotes? Because I have like 3 lines going to 1 and 2 and then single space 2, 3, 4.
yeah, absolutely. So you do the same thing. Okay, so
There we go.
okay, so Sean, here's what we do. You select this, right? Because it's not a footnote right now.
Oh, wait, I
Select it, cut it, go up here, insert footnote. Okay, so we cannot footnote something in the header or footer. Okay, so we can't footnote something up here.
Oh, you can't put it on the header.
Correct.
Okay, but I've got my.
This is where it comes to. On docs, you can do 80% of what you can do in Word 80% of the time. So that's a limitation in docs. But we've got this thing that we need to place somewhere. Now, what happened here?
I have no clue.
Okay, so let's go back and fix that. And that can be deleted.
This is good. Alright, so we just have analysis to do yet?
Who is doing the analysis?
I just put it in.
Okay,
How do I get rid
Dave.
of my board point?
What?
I deleted my duty to
Oh.
start at the board point.
Backspace.
So,
Backspace.
well,
My backspace already.
you would go like this. There's the more unbelievable.
Oh, got it. There's the analysis. Pretty cool picture of Dylan, huh? So, I like that one. Yeah. I figured
Okay, so somebody's got to delete this.
Yeah. He was a punk, man. He was a rebel.
Somebody's cleaning it up. What?
Alright, so Dave, you can.
Yeah, we can't footnote.
Drop that.
So these extra lines you want to take out right there.
These extra lines are out.
Just to clean up. Okay, now let's take this, how do we take this last line here and not have it show up that way, but have it, if you click on the word Wikipedia, it goes there. How do we do that? Do you guys know? What do we do?
I'll get rid of the link, the hyperlink.
Select that, copy it, choose the word that we want to attach the link to, go to our link button, and then paste the link there. Okay. Right, follow that?
So I'll take away that hyperlink and put it into the word Wikipedia. So when
Yeah.
you click that word, it'll hyperlink to what you want.
Yeah, so on docs, for everybody, the one take home for docs is appearances are 90% of the game. So instead of having a really long, ugly link at the bottom, if you do this, it's elegant, but also people think what of you?
That your experience.
Yeah, that you know what you're doing. Okay, so power perceived is power achieved.
We have a lot of dead space. Should I maybe?
Yeah, make it, bring it to, you're not going to get it on one page.
Well, I'm just talking about the space in between the end of range gets died away at the beginning of the footnotes. We have that empty space.
You can't do anything about that. This starts where it starts. The only thing you can do would be make this longer, or make it smaller and try to put everything on one page, but it's not going to fit.
Okay.
Oh, well, let's see. What size font do we have?
10. Unless we,
Oh, this is 11.
I put it at 10, something changed.
Okay.
Do 1.5.
But that's part of the fun.
Well, I don't call it fun.
The design. The design. The artistic. Form of a filler now. That should be.
Okay, so we've got some extra spaces here.
Just backspace.
Yeah.
Okay, now all we need is the picture.
Okay, so Sean, would you try to get this highlight off the word do? See if you can pull that out. And this is 12.5 font, so we can take this down to 10.
Is there a way we can put a picture on the side, or it has to be
Yeah, no. Okay, well, if we can go for it and get everything on one page,
Yeah.
then we can do that. Right now,
You need copyrighted from? How about the picture?
that's supposed to come down below here. Okay, so we've got a lot of empty space here. Okay, so the question is, why do we have this space here? So there might be some kooky formatting in there, so I'm going to clear formatting. Now, all of these things, I've already moved the link. Unless for some reason we don't.
So you do it individually?
Okay, so you might be able to select the whole paragraph. There's no more in the city.
And,
Link.
Well, if you right-click on the link, lots of stuff, but unfortunately, you remove it. So if you go on a link and you right-click, there's this little box pops up underneath.
box is hidden, but I see the roof. Here. Here. Oops. No.
Off the word, oh,
I'm having trouble with taking it obscure.
so let's go to,
Let's mention the subscripts we can
okay,
add.
so now if you get to a thing like that, type in the word do and delete that. So instead of trying to figure out how to fix it, just retype the word do outside of the shaded area. So you might need to replace do not.
You might not.
And now delete the first do. Okay, so we now have it on one page.
The link to BOTTEGHE, yeah. I'm trying to remove it, but the box comes up and I can't find the way to remove it.
Well, if you see the box, but it's covered,
Yeah.
if you click anywhere in the box, it brings it to the front.
What about the subscripts here? Oh, those subscript, the notes. 1, 2, 3 there are at the last sentence. How's it look?
Okay, so Marty's, all right. So now Marty on this one.
So when do we know when we cannot check the picture? Never mind.
You just
I heard that.
you go in the picture and select it, and then just drag it to where you
Drag and drop?
Yeah.
What about crop picture? How much does that cut out?
Well, so crop, so if you right click, and so cropping is a good thing to do. So if you right click, crop image, but I don't know what you want to crop in.
No, it looks good.
Yeah. That's how you do it, right click, crop.
So my question is, your instructions would have put it at the bottom of the page. When
Yeah.
are you allowed to go off of that then?
Well, not really, except we just wanted to see if we could fit it onto one page. So here's how you could do it. Technically, it's at the bottom, right?
Right.
Well, that's Marty's picture.
Yeah.
So, hypothetically, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
The same place where doing pictures, is it possible to put a video?
Any kind of link. Yeah. So you would put, what I would do would be to have a picture, and then I would have a link on the picture of, yeah. Or I might say, watch video, highlighted as a link like Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're still not on one page. What can we do? So what about here?
No, he's right. It is us. We are going a little bit farther down. What we need to do is,
When you move the picture, it brought the
Right.
text together and pushed it to another page.
Yeah.
well,
Okay, so remove space before. Do that. Still have one line. Okay, so,
Do we need the double space in between paragraphs?
well, we need something.
There, we're down to one page. Yes, we are.
Okay, good. And
The the header is probably yes.
okay.
See, I have trouble with it.
Okay, so then if we shrink it, we can see the whole thing without scrolling. And that's something that looks good.
When you
Right.
say shrink it, what did you do to shrink it?
I went up here to these numbers.
Okay. So from 100%, just drop it down to,
Yeah.
what does FIC fit? Fit to the screen?
Yeah. To the width. Okay, let's see how Marty's doing.
Nice.
Oops. How are you doing, Marty? Happy?
Yeah. I think the letters just have to be small like that.
Okay, so you've got a couple extras. So here would be a formatting issue right up here, that you have the title smaller than the guy's name. So I would select that.
Notice last one. For those cells. Extreme distance of the test record.
Okay, so our challenge here, Marty, is that
You split poem in half before you did the link.
Did I?
Yeah, we're at stuff is adding.
What do you think of the idea, though?
Yeah, but you put video author reciting P, then the link, then the OEM, or the OEM after that. So it makes them together.
okay. So then, what Marty, what I would do is to take the poem and just move the margins in, maybe even a little bit more, so that the document is more centered.
Good honor, good honor.
Where did you see it? Huh? Where's the poem? Where's it say? Okay. The original thing, it's a video of author reciting poem, but then when you put a hyperlink, you split poem and put it inside. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out
Hyperlinks in the thread.
where is the instructions I'm following. You're doing this, I see him doing this thing.
Who's him?
Martin. Martin's doing this thing, and I'm on the screen and click that. How can I help him if I don't know the instruction? I can't see the instructions.
Well, I tried to message you on the little box.
I got the message. But because I haven't been able to, I'm looking to see what is my part.
Well, yeah, well, as we got up done,
It was a good idea.
Because I'm like, is it even in right form? Because I don't see any instructions.
Okay, now we're back to 2 pages.
Let him finish first. He's still in the middle of doing something.
Where is it? Dave, what's it called? Dave is purple.
Oh, yeah.
Dave is right here, right?
That's me. Dave's down
Dave's
there.
blue.
Yeah, he's doing something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
Okay, we've got 1 minute.
Document before I start the one back. But that means that you said everything you want to go back to 16. So at least I can remember.
So I found what the problem was over here. This thing, video of author reciting poem, had, well, after this period, had a many blank lines below. Not blank lines, but the spacing was that it wasn't single spacing, it was add like 4 lines after a paragraph. That's why we had this big gap down there. Okay, so what do we need to do, Dave? Okay, so Sean is helping. Got it.
Here it is.
Okay, but here's what I would do, Dave. I would select that,
Yeah, I'm
cut
listening.
it, go to here where it says video author, exciting home.
Yes.
I would make that the link. I paste it
Oh,
in.
I got you. That's delicate.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, okay. So he had that long string of that link.
I got the link.
Select it and cut it. Okay, so now it's gone. I find the text that I want to turn into the link. So I selected that. Then I go to the link button up here.
Yep.
Click on that, and then I paste it. I right click and paste in this box that was empty. And then apply. So then it's highlighted and everybody knows what that means. Okay. All right, good.
And it's automatically saved and it's archived.
What? Okay, California. One more time. Okay, California, thank you. How did you guys do, Dennis? Okay, good. What?
Did you want to do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do the new student.
Okay. One moment. Right behind me. That's where that's in. There you go. Little bit. See that? You want it right? There you are.
Good morning.
Good.
They don't have a good mic.
Speak up.
Okay, good morning. What's your name? Letitia?
Keisha.
How do you spell it?
K-A-S-H-I-O.
Oh, K-E-S.
H-I-O.
Okay, good. Keisha.
Keisha.
And Keisha, where do you live? Upland?
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne. Anybody here know where Hawthorne is?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you used to live there?
No, I live in Norwalk.
Oh, okay. Well, that's right near the school, Imperial Boulevard
Yeah.
in Bloomfield. Is where the school is. Huh? Exactly. So we're right across from the train station. We're actually literally across from the train station. Okay, Keisha. So, where did you come to us from?
Where did you come from?
What agency?
At the airport. From the airport.
Airport.
LAX.
Okay, so TSA? TW.
Oh, she was Gateway Hotline Service. She worked for Southwest Airlines.
Oh, Southwest. Okay, good. Good. And what program are you taking here?
Okay. She's taking the information analyst.
Okay, wow, good, good. So please send me an email so I can get you added onto our circle. And you know you're in good hands with Rose and Dennis.
Okay,
Welcome.
thank you.
Welcome. Okay.
She's a little shy.
I know that.
Okay. So here's Matt. I want to say hello.
Nobody says the one.
So you got to look at the camera. You can't see yourself. Okay. Good. Well, thank you, California, for being here. We'll pick this up tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll pick this up tomorrow, and then we'll finish off Google Docs
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Bye, everyone.
All right, bye.